So going back to my order, well, I guess you'll be in for a ride. So, the Megaman X plots haven't seemed so complex, but if you go deep into it, the plot is not much of the 16-bit games. The 16-bit games don't have as many plot details, but the 32-bit games do. Megaman X4 was the first 32-bit game, which didn't have many previous plot details, but let's talk about the main plot. Repliforce is trying to make a colony their own in space, but they're all being tricked by Sigma, and they all die. Or do they? The only Repliforce members that even have any relevance in the story are Iris, Colonel, and the General. They all die, but not a single Repliforce member dies. I know this colony explodes, but at the same time, you can see Repliforce in Stage 2 that the final weapon is in a different location, but close. That means that none of them die, and as in X5, the Skyver is still alive. Let's recap, but what do the secret boss objectives have to do with their scheme? Let's see. Frost Walrus and Web Spider are both making weapons, obviously to help out Sigma's final weapon, and they're supposed to stop the route the train is taking in /B stage, because it's delivering goods. Seems suspicious. Storm Owl and Jet Stingray were a bit more complicated, but Storm Owl was trying to do something to help the colony, whereas Jet Stingray tried to destroy the city to obviously stop anyone who interfered. Repliforce goes into space and dies, and this is where X5 comes into action. X5 starts off with a city that had been destroyed by somebody, and you face Sigma, who purposely dies to leak out the virus. He does that to make sure the space colony that Repliforce started had fallen to Earth, so it's your job to stop all of this. You face all the Mavericks and either stop the crash or fail miserably, but in the official storyline, it's a success. Part of the colony also crashes to Earth, causing some destruction. The space stages are the Sigma fortress of this game, but if you really check it out, it is actually underground. That's the reason you unlock those stages after the space colony crashes to Earth. After you defeat the Sigma stages, you have to face Sigma, which kills Zero and X, but X recovers from Dr. Light. Megaman X comes along after defeating Nightmare Zero. You unlock Zero, which has a different saber than the Nightmare version of him and his old version. The only explanation is that Zero's ghost was going around, most likely fixed himself with the soul, then the virus from X5 possessed him, which was the best explanation for his revival. Another thing that the Nightmare investigators used a piece of Zero, which was his DNA, making all the Nightmare and Hymax. But how did he get a hold of this? When Zero died, he did it underground, but the location that was closest to where he found it was at the crash site. Why was his DNA here? Well, it was obviously passed out after the space colony collision, so his DNA was out of his body and most likely got repaired afterwards. You defeat Kate and Sigma, then the fight is over. X's good ending leads to X7, but the other endings lead to the Megaman Zero series. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be signing out.